All right, we're walking through East Shore Lake Park or East Lake Shore Park, one of them Park Lake Shore parks. And we're gonna go down to the riverfront, back to the hotel, and get ready to see Hamilton. What do you think, sweetie?
Relaxed.
These people
I feel
having
happy.
a good time.
They're chilling, checking out the water, checking out.
Looking at us, looking at them.
Just don't look up my skirt.
Right? Another BWT moment coming. Hey.
Morning.
I can't believe how blue the sky is.
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
It is gorgeous here. It makes you want to move.
Well, so you think about the winter.
I know too many people in Chicago, and I know how much snow and cold there is, so I'm not fooled, Chicago. I'm not fooled. But it's beautiful, and it's different. The little bit of humidity just, it feels good.
It's a beautiful day. I think we're lucky. I think
We're lucky.
Like it gets worse.
Yeah.
Chicago people can tell us, I guess.
Yeah. We just need to ask people
But
around.
We feel fortunate.
Right? Here's BWT right here. Yeah, Chicago.
Love is love.
Love is love.
Happy Pride Month.
It was cool. Last night we got in real late, 9, got dinner, and then Chicago had some live music for us at
Buddy Guys.
1 a.m. Buddy Guys Legend. So we saw.
Thanks, Donna, for the recommendation.
Yeah, Donna, good. Thanks for the recommendation, and it was a cool show and a lot of fun, and a good way to break in our visit to Chicago. Hey, sweetie, where are you at?
I'm in Chicago.
What you doing in Chicago?
Well, we are here because of this number one. Because you have a thing.
Work conference.
Work thing. But then also we're going to see Hamilton in like 2 hours.
Ooh,
Hour and a half.
Less than 2
We have to go
hours.
get dressed.
Yeah, we have to go get dressed.
Yay.
All right. All right, we're here. We're going to see Hamilton, and right there, the CIBC Theater on Monroe in Chicago, and I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I want to know what all the hoopla is
All the
about.
hoopla, the craze. Yeah, we just saw a friend from Orange County who's here for the conference, and he said he saw it in Phoenix. So
Yeah, he
people
loved
are, yeah, he loved it. So we're
I haven't
excited.
seen a play in a while, so this is
Not
nice.
since The Color Purple, right?
That was
Yeah.
been years.
I don't know. We're
I don't
excited.
know. I hate to admit something like that.
All right, let's go.
Color Purple.
What'd you like about the play?
Okay, so what I liked is its seeming fidelity to the actual history, Alexander Hamilton history, too.
One of the things I liked, it sounds funny, but we had a matinee showing and we saw the understudy, I think it was J.J. Jeter. I want to say that was the name.
Yeah, Jeter was definitely his last name.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
he played Hamilton, and so we didn't see Miguel Cervantes, who's the Chicago lead. Oh my gosh. He was amazing to have African-American lead in Hamilton's role, and Jefferson and Washington.
It has another layer of resonance. Of course, you have to think, like, I thought I was going to go see like a musical, and I think I said this earlier, like I was really going to have to focus on listening to the music to get the storyline, and maybe it was going to be a little fluffy. The story was so deeply layered, and it had so much resonance to what is happening now. Like, for instance, about there's a famous line, immigrants get the job done. You know, in this America.
Why wasn't his story told? And the play brings out, like, he was shunned for being an immigrant. We did spend time outside the theater. We were caught off guard. The actors were coming out, and they were getting greeted by people in line and getting signatures. So we spent some time getting signatures from, like, King George, that actor, George Washington. They were super, super generous with their time.
Oh, yeah. It was so not Hollywood. It was so chill. And they were very grateful
warm
and gracious.
Yeah.
And I
it was like the spirit of the
really...
musical came out onto the sidewalk.
The theater, and we're just going to get a lift back to the hotel, and we'll tell you more about but wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
Really good.
And I didn't cry.
Yeah, I cried. I cried for both of us.
I didn't. I didn't cry at all.
All right, bye.
You know what's interesting? I thought in general the spirit of people in Chicago was very friendly. And I don't know if it's the climate, like people feel like we need to be a little bit more kind to each other or something. But in general, I felt that in the city, like the whole time we were there.
We have some highlights to share with you about the architectural boat tour we took in Chicago.
That tour on the river was like the most relaxing time I've spent in about 5 years anywhere. Yeah, and then you get a little history lesson at the same time that you're watching the buildings go by, and you're finding out like kind of the origins of like the Industrial Revolution, how it happened in Chicago. But anyway, so the first one was the Montgomery Ward building. So 600 West Chicago was constructed in 1908 by Montgomery Ward.
Wow.
And the other thing that's interesting about Montgomery Ward is Wes and I grew up with Wards, right, on the West
catalogs
Coast.
In our house.
And the store, the actual store.
That's right.
So we remember this from our childhood. Childhood memory. Yeah, so Chicago-based retail company, founded in 1872 as a dry goods mail order business.
Wow.
So it kind of, I like the way the guide explained it. She explained it so well, because you picture people out in the suburbs and like things were growing and everybody in the suburbs couldn't be in the city. And so they decided that they were going to expand and create this business where people in the suburbs could get goods. And that's what they did. And it was this huge building. I couldn't believe how big and sprawling it was.
Yeah.
It was like a little neighborhood, like within, when you think about or imagine being inside, it's like it was a little neighborhood.
So they said, it's several stories, but each story is 6 acres.
Yeah.
So just imagine, like, it's basically a warehouse for them to organize and ship goods out.
So they would hire people to get the packages and send them down the chute or whatever. And these people would actually be on roller skates because the building was so long and so huge that they'd be on roller skates to get the merchandise and bring it back to where they needed to be for shipping.
Yeah, it's like a cool little glimpse of, like, this is modern America.
Yeah, and you can Google it and you'll see and it's all men. I don't know why I was picturing women working, but It was all young guys in this picture that I saw, which means to me that, yes, that's what was going on. Of course, Chicago is known for the Sears Roebuck building, which is now called the Willis Tower. I think since 2009, it's been the Willis Tower. But in 1969, Sears Roebuck and Company was the world's largest retailer. In order to consolidate current staff, accommodate anticipated growth, the company hired a company, SOM, to design a 3 million square foot office tower.
Tell us about that last building. Like, that is the Fulton.
I was just fascinated by this building. It was a cold storage building. It was cutting edge at the time, and it was housing all of like frozen stuff, right?
Right.
But then, like your freezer at home, it started getting icing up. And so
Yeah.
it became unusable. But the icicles look like, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It
we have
looks like
pictures we'll
a
put in.
museum of ice. But anyway, that's why I picked it, because I'm like, oh my God, they were storing this ice. And then they had to melt the ice in order
Yeah.
for them to reuse it, to refurbish the building and use it for
Yeah.
something else. And that became this huge project.
Yeah.
So I was kind of fascinated with the Fulton building.